every cohort I do, I get new testimonials in, I run it through this process, and I continually improve my offer, but also my content strategy as a result, so I know that I'm attracting more of my ideal client into my business. My name's Luke, I'm the co-founder of Brave Brand, and it is our mission to help you monetize your knowledge and turn it into a powerful personal brand without being famous. This method that I'm about to teach you is not the quickest way to go viral. I'm going to preface that right now. Our goal is not to be famous. Our goal is not to get a lot of views. Our goal is to provide educational, valuable content that helps our audience make real world transformations. Now, one of the most important parts of personal branding that we need to understand is that content and information has become democratized. What that means is information is free, online, readily available. I'm giving you this information for free on YouTube right now. All right, and this mostly has been championed by people like Alex Hormozi and other people like that who are giving away such valuable information that it sort of means you don't really need to buy expensive video courses anymore, which has been a huge trend and a huge topic for so many years. So the first thing that I want you to understand is that people don't pay for information, they pay for accountability and implementation of that information. Our strategy here that we're giving away is to give away your best information for free and to charge for the actual implementation of that information through high ticket services, through done for you services, where you can actually help people really make the transformation. We're also focusing here specifically on educational based content. All right, we're not trying to be the next Mr. Beast. I'm not trying to be a famous YouTuber with crazy ADHD editing. All I'm trying to do is focus on pure educational content that can help you solve one specific problem through the videos that we're producing. And that's what I want to give you today. All right, so our whole entire content strategy for our personal brand and for all of our clients is very simple. It's focused around goodwill creation, goodwill generation. We've had multiple of our clients build personal brands to well over 20, 30, 50,000, 70,000, 100,000, 300,000 followers, sometimes even 1 million followers online. All right, we've worked with clients at all different scales and all different ranges of personal branding. And one thing that we've noticed that has been the cornerstone of their success is that they are freely giving away amazing information and developing what we call goodwill. All right, and goodwill is this unseen thing where people start to trust you more because of the quality of the information that you're providing for free. All right, because what we need to understand is that in online business, it is all based on trust. All right, and guess what builds trust faster than anything? Free value, super specific how-to content on how to break through specific problems. All right, because what we need to remember is that in the online space and in the coaching space, trust compresses the transaction timeline. So the more trust you can build, the faster you can build it, the better off you're going to be and the more powerful your content strategy is going to actually work. All right, so once we develop that goodwill, we have ways and methods that we use to convert that goodwill into sales, which we're not going to be covering today. Today, we're going to be focusing on the top half of this portion, which is goodwill creation. All right, so the way we focus on goodwill creation in today's day and age is, like I said, starts with educational based content. I'm not producing entertainment content. I'm not producing edutainment content. And you can watch one of Alex Hormozi's recent videos where he actually talks about this. And he's got a load of great research. And the cool thing about learning from him is that he's actually got a whole lot of money behind him and resources. And he's sharing his findings and he's sharing his resources and the statistics that he's got off the back of it, which is super, super valuable. So small personal brands like myself and like you can actually take those learnings and implement that. And he said he's going all in on education. And so for us personal brands we're experts at what we do, that's a great thing because we can focus now purely on educational based content. We don't have to worry about dancing on TikTok. We don't have to worry about trying to hack the algorithm. All we have to do is create super specific how-to videos on how to solve specific problems. And so you can look at it this way. All you need to do is teach everything you know for free, one step at a time, all in a random order. All right. And so if people want to work with you, if they want to actually fast track things, they can pay you to come into their programs and to join the community so they actually implement what they're learning. Because one of the biggest problems right now is that people can consume information, but not a lot of people actually make change off the back of that. And to me, I think that's one of the saddest things that is happening right now. All right, you would think that because information has become completely democratized and it's free and it's very cheap and readily available, that more people would be making change. But I think what ends up happening is people get information overload and then they start to worry and they don't have the right community and support systems in place. And that's where we can step in as experts, consultants, and coaches and actually make sure that they are implementing the information that they are seeking and that they are actually consuming. And one thing that I'll say quickly before we get into this, if you are concerned that you're giving away your best stuff for free and then people aren't going to want to buy from you, all right, I've had multiple clients come to me, jump on sales calls, and they say, you know what, Luke, I'm going to go through your YouTube videos. I'm going to try and do this myself. And I say to them, good luck, my friend, all the best. All right, knowing deep down, without saying it, I know that sometimes our best clients are the ones who think that they can do it themselves. All right, because the majority of people who say that to me 2 weeks later, 1 month later, comes to me and says, hey, Luke, all right, I'm ready. Can I jump in the community? Can I work with you? Can I see your step-by-step process? Because it is the organization of that information that people are really going to be paying for. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into the content strategy. What we're doing, because we are focused on information business, because we are focused on helping people make change, our strategy is to create one long form YouTube video per week, which is over 10 minutes, solving a very specific problem of our audience. All right, and we'll get into what that looks like in a second, but I just want to show you the strategy as an overview. All right, we have this system, this framework called the Star of Goodwill. And you can see how the system works as an organic system that flows from one piece to another. Now, like I said earlier on in this video, this is not the quickest way to go viral. I'm not teaching you how to go viral. I'm teaching you how to provide huge amounts of value as a personal brand. And that all starts with trying to be efficient with your time. All right, because a big mistake a lot of people make is content creation becomes the next 9-to-5 job. We don't want to do that. All right, we want to get super granular, super specific in what we're teaching, and we want to do it in the quickest amount of time possible. All right, so that's why we implement the Star of Goodwill, where I focus my time creating one YouTube video per week, and then I take that video, I clip that down, and I share that everywhere. I share that on Instagram, I share that on LinkedIn, I turn that into images, text, and I repurpose all of that. I then post that into my free communities. I then post that into my email list. All right, so I'm constantly farming and keeping people engaged with the content I'm producing, but making sure that it is super valuable and super specific. Now, the way that we come up with this is like, if I can just maintain and just drop one of those videos into the Star of Goodwill a week, then I know that all other areas of my content are going to be feeded, and the people who are subscribed to me are going to be seeing my content and engaging with my content. Now, the absolute most important point of this whole thing is that the content you're producing can't just be, things that you think are going to do really well. All right? It can't be based on what your perspective of things are. Because oftentimes we overlook what our clients are really, really struggling with. And that's the key to creating a great content strategy. Is, do you know the problems your clients are facing very, very deeply and specifically? And if so, awesome. That is where the clue lies in your content strategy. And so before we get into the details of what this strategy entails, I just want to give you a little exercise and I want to show you something. I've got this document out here, which I set up, all right? And it's the Brave Brand Offer Elements. This is for my business. And so what I've done is a lot of research of my current clients who are working with me, all right? What are the things that they come to me for? What are the questions that they ask me all of the time? And so because I know those intimately, I can then take the questions that my clients ask me on a regular basis, whether it be on sales calls, on my group coaching calls, or whether it's in the testimonials that I receive, and then I can take those and then put them here as my main list of problems that my clients are struggling with. All right, so you can see I've probably got 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got like 10 to 20 to 30 problems listed out that I know are the top problems my clients are facing. Once I have that specific list of problems, I can then turn them and flip them into specific how-to solutions. All right, so this is something that you can do literally now, is pause this video and write out 10 to 20 problems that your ideal client is facing. Now, yes, you need to know who your ideal client is first and foremost, but that is a topic for another video. If you don't know that, then you need to go out and do some research as to who that person is so you can get to know a very, very clear picture as to what they're struggling with. All right, so I list out all of the problems and then I flip them into how-to solutions. So if you see the problems up here, lack of systems and structure, the how-to solutions are how to build systems and structure. All right, very, very basic, very, very simple. Now, what I've got here are a list of awesome how-to solutions. All right, and how-to is the best performing piece of educational content you can create. It's either how to do something, how I did something, or how my client did something. Those are the best pieces of content you can produce. Now, you can take those and tweak them and make them better, create more interesting titles if you want to. But on a base level, if you literally just executed this and created one long form video per each one of your how-to solutions, you're going to have super powerful content that people are going to really resonate with. And that is the basis of the content strategy you're going to implement. Now, once you've done that, all right, it's really, really important you focus on this next. All right, so those are going to be the videos, the super specific how-to YouTube videos, and then you're going to pop those into the Star of Goodwill. You're going to send those to your communities, your emails. You're going to turn them into images and text. You're going to turn them into short form videos. All right, now, an awesome article I read the other day was from Where's Cow. All right, and I recommend checking this article out, but basically he talks about this concept of the super specific how. All right, and he's talking about it in relation to running a course, and this is how we run our courses, cohort based. But he basically says that the difference between a great course and most courses out there is that most courses, they talk about the what and the why all of the time, and they spend a very short amount of time talking about the actual how. All right, great courses talk about the what and the why, but most of the time, 90%, 80%, 60% is spent talking about the how, like literally specific how to. All right, so that means things like showing processes, step by step, screenshots, examples, rather than saying, for example, all right, it's really important that you have nice lighting on your face in your videos so they look really aesthetic. Okay, that's me talking about theory. A how-to would be me showing you my setup. Here's the light. This is how I set it up. I angle it this way. This is the temperature I turn it on. This is the way you set your office up. All right, so it's specific how-to as opposed to what and why as the majority of your content. And so if you can start creating content that is super specific how-to, that is the content that people are going to relate to on a far deeper level. All right, but it first starts with you understanding the main problems people are facing and flipping those problems into a how-to solution. That's the title for your video. And then you can start to script out what are the actual steps that I want people to take when I create these videos. If you can start to build your content strategy based on this, you're going to be in an awesome position. Now, this is a super specific how I'm about to give you. If you have a bunch of clients already who have given you feedback, they've given you testimonials, they've told you what they like about the program, there is a very specific thing that you can do with those and you can start implementing today to make sure that you have really awesome targeted problems. You know exactly what the problems are, you know what the solutions people are coming to you for. You can take that, reverse engineer it, and then turn it into a more powerful marketing strategy, so you can basically go out and start attracting more of those types of people into your business. Now, there's two tools that I want to share with you. One is a tool called Video Ask. Now, Video Ask is a tool that you can send out to people, a link where you can have pre-recorded videos inside there and ask people to go through a series of steps. Now, the series of steps that I use this for specifically is to generate testimonials and to ask people what were they struggling with before they started working with me, and what were the solutions I helped them achieve. All right, I send that out to them. They send me a video back, or they send me a text-based testimonial back, and I've got great information. Once I've transcribed all of my testimonials using Descript and the feedback I get from my clients, I basically take those transcriptions and I add them to a Google Doc. I then go into ChatGPT and I ask ChatGPT, can you analyze all of my testimonials and pick out and list what the top problems are people come to me for, and what are the main solutions that I help them achieve? ChatGPT will then analyze all of those testimonials and give you an amazing list of content and information that you can then use to improve your offers in the future, but also use it as the basis for your content strategy going forward. All right, this means that the content that you're going to be producing is based on real world feedback and real world issues, as opposed to you just thinking what it is people want to know. All right, yes, provided the caveat here is that you have to have clients, you have to have the ability to go out and ask for these testimonials. If you don't yet have this ability, you can simply ask people. All right, there's nothing better than just simply voice noting someone, hey, what are some of the problems you face in this niche, or what are some of the issues you are going through right now as it relates to your fitness life, for example. All right, so it requires you to be a little bit more proactive. Think, how can I actually get into the shoes of my audience, the people that I'm talking to, and then start building your content strategy based on that. And so that ChatGPT process is a really awesome way to fast track that and to continually improve, because every cohort I do, I get new testimonials in, I run it through this process, and I continually improve my offer, but also my content strategy as a result, so I know that I'm attracting more of my ideal client into my business. All right, so it all is based on a very, very detailed feedback loop. We want to make sure we're constantly getting feedback and we're constantly improving. And then we turn those into specific, super specific how-to videos, and that is the basis of our content strategy for our personal brand. In my opinion, everything else is noise. All right, so if you're focused on trying to jump on trends, use trending audio, make fancy edits, super fast paced to keep people's attention, that's a short-term strategy and you're trying to hack growth. All right, we want to create content which is based on real substance and real educational merit and value. And that starts with you understanding deeply the problems people are facing and providing super specific how-to solutions using long-form content and the Star of Goodwill to amplify that content far and wide, so you are nurturing people on a regular basis until they are ready to become your clients.